That great bat. Kiermaier, Gold Glove in center field, and Austin Meadows gets the start in right.
That could be a revolving door in right field. We'll see how this sets up. Home plate umpire is Marvin Hudson. This is his 7th division series. You got Mike Easterbrook over at first. David Rackley is the second base umpire. C.B. Buckner at third base. And then the 2 outfield umpires, part of the 6-man crew, the crew chief Mark Carlson and Todd Tishner is in right.
This is not happenstance. Marvin Hudson, one of the better umpires in all of baseball. That's why he gets the plate in Game 5.
It's interesting that Marvin Hudson has never been behind the plate for a Tyler Glasnow start, believe it or not. So this is number 1. And DJ LeMahieu digs in. You see the Yankees in their road gray. They are the visiting team in this neutral site in San Diego. The Tampa Bay Rays with 40 wins this year won the division in the East for the first time since 2010, and they had the best record in the American League. Glasnow ready to fire. First pitch is 97. It's upstairs, and away we go. Game 5. First thing you notice right away is the shadows are out. Sun shining brightly. The marine layer has not come in. Don't know if it will, but it's tough to hit right now. Glasnow makes the play. Low throw, but it's dug out by Ji-Man Choi. They've been making the big man work over there the last few days. Excellent defender at first base, and Glasnow has it out to start his day.
One of the hardest things when you're a pitcher and trying to field is that slope of the mound, once you start to back up, you're backing up and then down the hill. It's like you fall off a chute, and sometimes it upsets your throw. So when he went to make that throw straight in the dirt, but Choi was up to the task.
It's been a defensive clinic just to catch you up on the series between the first baseman digging out balls and the catchers blocking balls. This has been a very good defensive series from those positions, and they've had a lot to deal with. Aaron Judge, big swing and a miss, jumping on that first offering from Glasnow. Judge has been quiet in this postseason, just 2 for 18, but those 2 hits are home runs. Glasnow has never pitched on 2 days of rest, coming off the start in Game 2. He told Kevin Cash he felt like he could have started yesterday's game. He was available in the bullpen. Rays got behind. They never went to their top relievers, nor did they go to Snell or Glasnow. So those 2, the 2 top starters, are lined up to essentially piggyback in this Game 5.
There's the pitcher's numbers on short rest. Just remember, though, a truncated season, 10 to 12 starts, not the 200 innings you would see from starters usually at this time of year.
Just a lot of buildup to get to this point because the season was so short, the ramp up in summer camp, and Glasnow feels like he is as strong as ever. You heard Kevin Cash say he feels like he could go 150 pitches today. There's a one-hopper out to Adames. Excellent shortstop for the Rays. Another wide throw and another great play by Ji-Man Choi. And they're testing their first baseman in the first 2 plays of this game. 2 up and 2 down for Glasnow.
Hey, listen, don't feel that even infielders, outfielders aren't a little nervous in a Game 5. Kind of a couple of nervous throws there by Glasnow and Adames. Kind of cut on him. What a great play by Choi.
Extremely flexible. You'll see him do the splits on some of those low throws.
But see, he gets to the back of the bag there with his toe. That's the only way he could have caught that ball.
You want to settle the nerves early, make a play like that. Now Adames doesn't have to wear an error. Glasnow doesn't have to sit on an error. 2 men are out. Here is Aaron Hicks. And on the first pitch into center field, Kiermaier goes back, and he's there. And that's a good start for Tyler Glasnow. 8 pitches, a 1-2-3 inning. Now the Rays coming to bat. We're off and running in Game 5. We are here at Petco Park. Don't let the serenity of the setting fool you and these hostile rivals from the AL East. Rays batting order. Austin Meadows gets the leadoff spot. He'll be in right field. Brandon Lau, Randy Arozarena. In the middle, it's Choi, Diaz, and Wendell with Adames, Kevin Kiermaier, and Mike Zunino. And that is the batting order that will face Garrett Cole. Signed an historic contract this offseason. The Yankees signed him, paid him for moments like this. And first ball swinging Meadows comes up empty.
A year ago, He won Game 5 against Glasnow and the Tampa Bay Rays with 8 sharp innings. The Yankees looking for that kind of effort here tonight.
Meadows out in front of one. He's down 0-2. Aaron Boone told us that he had essentially made up his mind before the game. There was just a brief passing of Cole and Boone in the clubhouse past Aaron Boone's office, almost like a look. You got tomorrow? I said, I got tomorrow. And a 98-mile-an-hour wipeout fastball, and Meadows is gone on 3 pitches.
After an early changeup on that second pitch from Cole, defensively, Higashioka behind the plate put on a clinic in the 3rd inning. Montgomery would have never lasted if it wasn't for his blocking of the baseball. Urshela, Torres, LeMahieu, and Voit in the infield. And in the outfield, the veteran Gardner gets another start in left field with Hicks and Judge.
1 away. Here is Brandon Lau. If you were ever going to try to pick someone out of the pack who is due, it is this guy right here. One of the best hitters in the game. Had a huge season for the Tampa Bay Rays. Was their best hitter. Most of the offensive statistics. But it has been a struggle. He's just 2 for 23 in the postseason. 0 for 15 in this series.
And they've been pitching him the same way, Brian. Lots of fastballs up in the zone, breaking balls in the dirt.
Garrett Cole, game face on, 2-0 the count, and Lau a swing and a miss. I tell you, I thought last night's last at bat for Brandon Lau might be something to focus on, because he faced Aroldis Chapman. Chapman's coming in throwing hard, and he worked him for a walk. It was a long battle.
Yeah, he took a good at bat. Absolutely.
And you're looking for small victories right now, but the Rays need Brandon Lau if they're going to go where they want to go. They've been getting it done around Brandon Lau to this point, but he is a big bat in their lineup. 2
early changeups from Cole. That might be a little difference in his approach to the Rays here tonight.
3 balls and a strike. And it's ball 4. So there's back-to-back plate appearances for Lau. He's drawn a walk. Signs of good things to come, perhaps, for the Rays. And the first base runner of the game.
They're trying to pitch him up in the zone. He swung at one that was a ball. This one he laid off. Got himself a walk. 4-seamer just kind of pushed it, ran away, up and away from the batter Lau.
And now Cole will go into the stretch, and he'll face Randy Arozarena. If you're new to this series, Randy Arozarena 0 for 4 yesterday, but he has been a lightning rod here, and he is drilled. So Cole hits him on the first pitch, and now 2 men are on with 1 away. Arozarena, the long, slow walk to first base.
Staring down Cole also.
These two have a bitter history, these 2 teams, the Yankees and the Rays. Certainly Cole not trying to hit him here, but right off that elbow pad.
Arozarena and Ji-Man Choi, the 2 hitters that took Cole deep in Game 1.
Knowing he must pitch inside on the man with one of the quickest bats in the big leagues. Yeah.
He's nodding his head like, okay, we're going to play like that today. I got it.
So 2 men are on, 1 away. And now Garrett Cole will have to face his biggest nemesis in the big leagues in Ji-Man Choi. There is no hitter in baseball that has had more success against Garrett Cole than this guy. 10 hits and 19 career at-bats against Garrett Cole, including 4 homers. Choi despises being asked about it. He gets asked about it every time he faces Garrett Cole. You can just see it in his face as soon as the question comes. Doesn't want to talk about it, but for whatever reason, he sees Cole well, and he's had great success against him.
Hitters and pitchers, when they have it over someone, they do not want to talk about it. Very superstitious.
And Ji-Man Choi would know as well as anyone how humbling this game can be. 2 on, 1 away here in the first inning. In the dirt, Higashioka blocks it, keeps the runners at bay. Higashioka's been in there a lot. He's caught every game but 1 in this series.
Saw a changeup to Meadows. You saw a changeup to Lau. You might see a changeup against Choi in this at bat also.
Rays have wheels on the bags here. Choi popped a game 1 home run off Garrett Cole. Went to the opposite field, pulls that one on the ground. LeMahieu thought about second. He'll take the short out at first, and that's a second out. I thought he had a play at second base, but taking the short out at first base instead. 2 gone now, second and third for Yandy Diaz.
Well, we're talking about a Gold Glove fielder, and when you go to your left, that's one of the toughest plays you can make as a second baseman. Watch the Arozarena hop to get over it. Maybe was a little of a barrier for LeMahieu. He took a look at him, and especially with that hop, should have had more time, but didn't feel comfortable making that throw.
Garrett Cole went to the back of the mound, got down in a catcher's squat for a moment after that last pitch, and now facing Yandy Diaz. And now Cole steps off,
slowing things down. Remember, in game 1, it was Manny Margot was hitting in this slot. Now the more veteran, get a pro at bat every time from Diaz.
Diaz in there as the designated hitter. He's an excellent third baseman, but Joey Wendell's been so good that Diaz, who has been injured as well, just getting back in the mix for the postseason. He's been relegated to the DH role. Much bigger bat. He'll take a lot of pitches and get deep in counts. Got some pop as well. Race threatening in this first inning. Cole deals a 1-0 and in there for a strike.
This is how it works against big game pitchers. You have to get them early. Every chance you got a shot, you got to come up with a big hit.
Take a look inside the numbers presented by DraftKings. Most hard hit balls off Garrett Cole. Yandy Diaz is on that list. He and Choi and Adames. All across Major League Baseball, you got 3 Rays at the top of that list. That hard hit number is defined by an exit velocity of 95 miles an hour or above. So he squared him up often, more often than most.
Got a lot of yelling and screaming from the Rays bench, imploring Diaz to get a base knock.
You got to bring your own energy here. No fans. This neutral site setting in the middle of a pandemic. Here's a 2-1. Diaz takes a strike. 99 on the corner. What a pitch by Cole.
Tampa in the postseason, Brian, just 3 for 16 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Higashioka was set up inside. He reached across, and that's where the pitch hit, right on the outside corner.
The Southern California battery of Higashioka and Garrett Cole. They've known each other for a long time, played together as teenagers. Diaz fouls it away. Pitch count is a big part of the story for the Tampa Bay Rays concerning Garrett Cole. While the Rays have Tyler Glasnow to be backed up by Blake Snell, they have 2 starters available tonight. The Yankees do not. They have a great bullpen. Their bullpen is fresh, but Cole is going to have to carry a heavy load, and the Rays know they got to get that pitch count as high as they can and try to force him out of the game and outlast him as best they can. Cole is much more deliberate between pitches here in game 5 than he was in game 1. 2 on, 2-2 the count. And he bounced it in. Another incredible play by Higashioka. I mean, not to oversell it, this guy has saved so many runs for the Yankees just by his ability to keep them in front.
Listen, the ball that bounces after the plate is tough enough. These ones that are bouncing 5-6 feet before the plate are almost impossible, but he's made it look easy.
Cole has thrived since Higashioka started catching him. And over the last 6 weeks, got an ERA in the low 1s during that time. And Cole lets Diaz get away. That's a walk. Bases are loaded now in this first inning. And take you back to Higashioka, and this is what we mean, Ron. Remember this particular moment here. This is where the base is loaded in game 1 in a 1-run game, and he gets crossed up, makes an incredible play. He saved a bunch of runs yesterday as well.
Yeah, I don't think Montgomery gets to the 4th inning if it wasn't for Higashioka's blocking of those changeups that he kept spiking into the dirt. Good play this entire series by Higashioka.
Some of the details of the games right there. It doesn't show up in a box score, but Pitchers have a lot of trust in Higashioka.
So 2 walks, a hit by pitch. Certainly Cole has not settled in yet. These are the times you have to get good pitchers.
And now the red hot Joey Wendell steps in. 20th pitch of the inning coming from Garrett Cole. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Wendell takes a ball. Wendell's had a nice series. 6 hits and 13 at bats in this series. You see his numbers with bases loaded. Those are good numbers. It's for a good average. Had a homer, had a grand slam. He's got a .500 on base percentage in this series. He's been a tough out, getting the starts every day. And now 2 balls and no strikes. You can really hear the Tampa Bay dugout hooting and hollering after every pitch.
They are stoked.
They know, and statistically, you got to get Cole early. You can't let him settle in. His worst ERA is in the first innings of his starts. It's over 4. Two 2-0 the count on Wendell. 3 balls, no strikes. Can only imagine what the sound would be like if you were at Tropicana Field right now with the Rays as the home team. 3-0. Wendell taking all the way, takes strike 1. And now the fun begins here in this first inning. Early drama for Garrett Cole and the Yankees. They've got the bases loaded. Wendell trying to put Tampa Bay on top. Lau, Arozarena, Diaz on the bags, and Wendell had a good cut. He fouls it back. 3-2 the count.
It's going to be an interesting choice here for Cole. 3-0, 2 straight fastballs at the same speed, 98. Does he challenge him again?
Making his 13th postseason start. Beat the Rays last year as an Astro in Game 5, then beat the Yankees in the ALCS in Game 4 before becoming a Yankee this offseason.
So deliberate by Cole in this first inning.
It doesn't look natural. Doesn't look like his normal routine at all. Cole ready for a 3-2 pitch. And it is a called strike 3. That is a big pitch early. Garrett Cole gets the strikeout, and the Rays strand the bases loaded. He had to work for it. And he punches out Joey Wendell to end the inning and had a stare down of the Padre dugout. That camera is right above San Diego's dugout. A primal scream for Garrett Cole. Stranding the bases loaded the Rays. Now we go to the second inning. Glasnow starts Stanton with a big curveball for a strike. Stanton is off to an incredible start to this postseason. His home run streak ended last night. He did double in the game, but had homered in his first 5 postseason games. 6 homers in those 5 games. Came one game shy of a major league record. 3 balls and no strikes for Glasnow to start Stanton here in the second. On the ground, green light 3-0. Big bouncer to Wendell. And there's out number 1. Stanton retired.
That is always a thank you very much from the pitcher when a hitter swings 3-0 and makes an out.
So we're just looking at some numbers for Garrett Cole. You know you're an ace when you've never walked in a run with the bases loaded. 76 career plate appearances now.
Wow.
Also, Garrett Cole has never walked 3 in a first inning of a game. You know, his bad inning, if you're going to call it that, on his standards. And he was up for the challenge to get through that first. Here's Luke Voit. First ball swinging. A big curveball from Glasnow, and it's 0-1. Check in with Lauren Shahadi. She's got more on Luke.
Brian, I asked Voigt about his approach. He said you have to stay on Tyler's heater because it cuts. Plus, he has one of the best curveballs in the game. You have to see it up because that spikes too. Basically, everything moves.
See what it gives him. Another curve. That one's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. So that looks like it's open for business.
It's almost like he took a little off that curveball also.
Glasnow just 8 pitches in the first inning, 5 of those for strikes. He split it up 4 and 4, fastballs, curveballs, essentially a 2-pitch pitcher. And the 0-2 bounces in there. Ronnie does have a changeup, but it's mostly the fastball curveball that's his MO.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 5% will be changeups in a game, and very rarely will you see one in a game like this where he's trying to go as hard as he can, as long as he can.
He and Garrett Cole were teammates with the Pirates for a couple of seasons.
It's very interesting. Zunino, when he gives the target for the curveball, it's at the very top of the strike zone because it breaks that much.
That's been one of the changes for Glasnow when he came over to the Rays from the Pirates. He was trying to work the edges as a Pirate, you know, kind of he was a big power pitcher, but trying to stay on the edges. As a Ray, they just told him to throw it right down the middle and let the high velocity, the natural cut, and let that curveball play. So just think down the middle. Those are the pitch grips for Tyler Glasnow. The fastball grip is what's fascinating, I think.
It really is. And change up on the righty, the ball almost disappears.
Glasnow told us he had carpal tunnel syndrome when he was in high school, and it affected a nerve. He cannot straighten his index finger, and so he has to split the grip on the fastball. And he loses. Voigt here. Glasnow issues the walk. So remember, 3-0 on Stanton, got the ground ball, and now he walks Voigt. First Yankee base runner. Glasnow in the stretch.
Kevin Cash said when you look at Glasnow pitch, it's really the first 20 pitches you'll see what kind of tempo he has as far as throwing strikes. A little off to start.
Here's Gio Urshela. Urshela's home run was a grand slam in the wild card series. That was game 2. Yankees swept the Indians. On the first pitch, he fouls it away. Big moment in game 2 of that series with Cleveland. As the Yankees advance to this division series, the Rays swept the Blue Jays in 2 games in their wild card series. One in the air, slicing foul, and Glasnow gets ahead of Urshela. No balls, 2 strikes. Both of these managers feel very comfortable with their pitching coming into this game 5. All the turns this series has had, that they are lined up and they are ready to roll. The difference between the Yankees and Kevin Cash and the Rays, Cash has 2 starters available, his top 2 starters, and it's interesting that Glasnow gets the start even though he was the game 2 starter. Blake Snell, the game 1 starter, will back him up here today unless Glasnow gets through 4, 5, maybe 6 innings. Urshela on the ground, that's foul.
It's the same thing they did in game 5 of last season. Just Glasnow did not have a good start. Snell came in and got 5 outs.
And Glasnow started game 1 of the division series last year. And then Snell had a couple of relief appearances. Has never made a relief appearance in the regular season, but he's done it twice in the postseason, both last year. So they're comfortable with him as well coming in any situation. There's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Glasnow strikes out Urshela. There is out number 2, and that's strikeout number 1 for Glasnow.
The one thing you'll see about Glasnow's fastball, 1 is that he splits his fingers, and 2, you can see by the rotation, the cut that his fastball will have. A cutting fastball at 99 or 100 miles an hour.
All thanks to about a carpal tunnel syndrome. The keyboard generation. Who knew it was going to work out so well with the movement on his fastball?
Future pitchers are telling their parents, I want to play more video games.
Here is Gleyber Torres. He hit a key home run last night What a start Gleyber Torres is off to at his postseason career at such a young age, not even 24 yet. A couple of home runs this year, including a 3-run bomb onto the 4th level of the Western Metal Supply building out in left field. This was a game breaker last night, Ronnie. Torres came up in a 1-run game. No doubt about it. Able to keep it fair way up there. 410-foot home run for Gleyber Torres, and essentially the knockout punch in game 4. Higashioka and Garrett Cole having a chat. They've been having chats like that for a long, long time. Played together on the scout teams here in California for the top level amateur players. In the air to right field. That's going to hang up there. Routine for Meadows. So far so good for Tyler Glasnow. He works around a walk. Faces 4 batters in the second. Puts up his second 0. Tampa Bay coming to bat. Just last year's ALDS, but they were teammates with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's right. Garrett Cole was a number 1 drafted by the Pirates. 151 picks later. Glasnow at 152 in the 5th round.
Both from Southern California. Glasnow out of high school. Cole out of UCLA. And that got a piece of home plate umpire Marvin Hudson.
He said he's all right, but those umpires, they sit on the inside part in between the catcher and the hitter, and when foul balls will hit them, and that one's certainly awful.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
To get a better look at the balls and strikes, they were exposed.
Put themselves in harm's way. Half the population can feel for them. There's a strike. Quickly 0-2. Willy Adames leading off for Tampa Bay. Bottom of the order, Adames, Kiermaier, and Zunino. Rays had the bases loaded last inning. Cole able to get through it, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out on 3 pitches.
3 strikeouts now for Cole. His first strikeout to Austin Meadows was his 100th in the postseason. Good slider here. 18th pitcher to strike out 100 in the post. Many more to come.
He's been a big game pitcher for sure, and one of the reasons he is at the top of the food chain among starting pitchers, and the target last offseason. That record-setting deal with the Yankees of 9 years. That's a check swing. Kevin Kiermaier able to hold it. Longest tenured Tampa Bay Ray. 30-year-old Kiermaier. Big swing and a miss. Late on a big fastball from Cole. No Ray has played more playoff games than Kiermaier. This is his 14th career playoff game. He's got a couple of home runs in the postseason, including a key 3-run home run in game 3, backing Charlie Morton. Two balls and a strike. Wow, the movement on that change right there. Yikes. 2-2 now.
5th changeup he's thrown in these first couple of innings. That's a lot more than he threw in game 1.
And the 2-2 and a fastball at 99. Boy, Garrett Cole, whatever he was trying to wrestle loose in the first inning, he has found it now. 90-mile-an-hour changeup sets up a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Bayou.
Changeup down, fastball up. Whatever he and Higashioka were talking about on the bench, he's come out throwing strikes here in the second.
2 up, 2 down, 2 Ks. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Cole. Mike Zunino takes strike 1. Zunino strikes out a lot, hits for a low average, but he's got some pop in his bat. He's got 2 postseason homers. He hit one in the wild card series for Tampa Bay, and then hit one in this division series as well. Zunino homered in his first at bat of game 2. A 7-5 Tampa Bay win. They hit 4 that game, did the Rays. Ball's been flying in this series, Ron, until last night. 18 home runs in the first 4 games. Each club with 9 homers apiece. Luke Voigt hit a key home run yesterday, started scoring for the Yankees. 1-2 pitch and a wave and a miss. Garrett Cole comes back with 3 consecutive Ks in the second inning. Rays had him on the ropes. Now the Yankee ace is locked and loaded. 4 strikeouts in a row. He's got 5 for the game after he strikes out the side in the second. Found their way to the many high-rise condominiums and apartments here.
There you go.
In San Diego. Got a Rays fan out there as well, joining the Yankee brigade. What a setting here, downtown San Diego. Tyler Glasnow back to work, facing Brett Gardner to start this 3rd inning. What are you seeing from Tyler Glasnow in his first 2 innings, Ronnie?
He looks good. His control hasn't been impeccable, but he looks like he has the same stuff that he had in game 2. That's a great sign on 2 days rest.
Gardner takes a strike. Twice last inning, the Yankees green lighting 3-0 pitches, and both ended up as outs. Stanton and Torres. An 8-pitch first inning for Glasnow.
Every pitcher wants that moniker of big game pitcher, and this is Glasnow's chance to get it.
He struggled in the postseason last year in his 2 starts, and he wants a little redemption. He's been great so far this year. Excellent in his start against the Toronto Blue Jays in the wild card series, and then had a big strikeout performance here in game 2. And he told his manager he was ready to go. He said he felt nothing the next day as Gardner draws the walk. So the second walk allowed by Glasnow, and a base runner to start this 3rd inning. Hey, a reminder, authentic caps, tees, jerseys, hoodies, and more. You can get all your postseason gear and cheer on your team at home with the official source, MLBshop.com. And Zunino will make his way to the mound. Kyle Snyder as well. Tampa Bay pitching coach, and you want to start to get an idea of the value of the bullpen of the Rays. That is Kevin Cash's best reliever. He's got a lot of great relievers, but that's the #1 guy, Nick Anderson, and he's getting loose right now.
Well, so this tells you that the manager Cash does not think that Glasnow is completely 100% right. So that's why Snyder went out, settled his big right-hander down. Also, he's going to have to be aware of Gardner at first base, the possible stolen base.
The managerial decisions tonight with bullpens, how long to keep starters or keep pitchers out there when they start to struggle, they start to wobble. Those are huge decisions. Higashioka will step in with a man at first. Gardner drawing the leadoff walk here. Higashioka, the reputation is a defensive catcher. He's an excellent defender, good for a pitching staff. Most of the pitchers want to throw to him, but he's brought some offense to the party as well in this postseason, and that really started in the regular season. He had 2 hits yesterday, Ronnie. He was 2 for 4 and drove in a run, an add-on run in the 8th inning with 2 outs on a 2-strike pitch.
Well, think about all that he had to do to get out of the minor leagues. Caught almost 5,000 innings in the minor leagues. Drafted in 08. This is his 13th pro season. That's why you keep playing, because you never know when you're going to get your chance.
And it never hurts for a catcher to really nuzzle up to the best pitcher on the staff, and that's Garrett Cole, and that's how Higashioka ended up in the lineup in the first place. Got to know how to pick them. Pick your friends, Ron. Gardner, modest lead at first. They checked on a moment ago. Gives us a look at our T-Mobile base cam. Tonight's base cam presented by T-Mobile, connecting you to America's largest 5G network. Got 2 of those cameras in each of the bases. It's giving us a great look. 1-1 to count. Shift is on. 1-2 now. Drops a curveball in there.
He's got as good as curveball as anyone in baseball. Straight 12-6 if you're looking at a clock.
He pairs that with the high fastball. It doesn't give the hitter much time to make a decision, especially when you're up there at 98 to 100. Glasnow deals the curve again. Higashioka got a bat on it. It's funny, but that swing looked very similar to the catch he made on the cross-up by Garrett Cole. So now you get it.
Tells you about his hand-eye coordination with the bat or with the glove.
It's a little panic setting in as he sees the spin on that ball eventually. Like, I better do something here to foul this off, or at least put a bat on it to stay alive.
A little jelly legs, but he still fouled it off.
Some of the biggest damage in postseason history comes after some of the worst swings prior to. Gardner with very good speed and an excellent base runner. Rays have the shift on, could make for an awkward double play opportunity. There's the big curve, and down he goes. Hit the top of the zone that time, got a generous call. And Higashioka is out. No argument from the Yankee catcher. Glasnow picks up his second K.
Glasnow, those 2 Ks the first time here through the order. And you've seen early that Marvin Hudson will call that breaking pitch that's up in the zone.
And that's going to be the end of the line. The curveball catches the top line there in the strike zone. So according to plan, 1 time through the batting order. Glasnow is out with DJ LeMahieu coming up. Kevin Cash goes to his bullpen. Glasnow's done his job. But certainly Glasnow out there 1 time through the batting order. 2 1/3 for Tyler Glasnow. Picks up a couple of Ks, and after pitching in game 2, coming back on just 2 days rest, he becomes the opener who gives way to one of the best relievers in all of baseball this year, Nick Anderson, as we take a look at tonight's reliever spotlight presented by Hankook Tire.
So obviously Glasnow so valuable to this organization moving forward. They did not want to push him, and now Anderson, who has pitched and gets the real big outs for this team. You see his numbers from this year. The one thing, Cash usually likes contrast. You get the same pitcher in Anderson, high fastballs and curveballs that come off that fastball.
Now the part of the lineup outweighing the contrast with the pitchers, and Anderson has been almost untouchable this season. Inherits Glasnow's runner at first with 1 away, and LeMahieu takes a ball.
So the goal right here early, Brian, is probably these home run hitters or the big hitters for the Yankees are not going to see the same pitcher twice in this game.
And the Rays are fully loaded up with outstanding pitching. That is their hallmark. That's what it has brought him here. That's a chance for a double play. Backhanded. Lau steps on the bag. Throw to first in time. A double play to end the inning. That could not have worked out better for the Tampa Bay Rays. And an excellent play by Lau. Does it himself. 4-3 on a double play. 2 outs, 1 swing of the bat. The Yankees are retired in the 3rd. Now the Rays are coming up.
And an easy 4-4-3 double play to end the inning.
2 pitches for Nick Anderson. Earliest he had entered a game this year, 7th inning, as he enters in the 3rd inning of this game 5. That's what I love about playoff baseball. You see things you'll never see in the regular season or even earlier in a playoff series. Austin Meadows leads off for Tampa Bay, top of the order, 2nd time around against Garrett Cole. And that changeup by Cole has given Meadows fits already. He struck him out in the 1st inning. Cole has 4 consecutive Ks and 5 for the game. Different story in the 2nd inning compared to the 1st. Rays had him on the ropes in the 1st inning with the bases loaded. But a strikeout of Joey Wendell, a backwards K to end the inning, and then the 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeout inning last inning. Check in with Lauren Shahadi. What's the word with Kevin Cash and his opener tonight, you think, Lauren?
I'm down here by the Rays dugout, BA, after that double play. Pitching coach Kyle Snyder giving Tyler Glasnow a high five. Kevin Cash gave him a hug and said, "Thank you, that's what I needed."
Exactly what he needed. And Kyle Snyder going through the scouting report. Cole to Meadows. A lazy pop-up. Long run back there. That's Urshela, who's over on the shift, makes a beautiful catch. See, Urshela, you can see, say, I got it. I got it. He was saying, I got it all the way. Both outfielders peeled off, made it tougher than he had to.
A little breaking ball popped up by Meadows, but it had him spinning around, but he made the play. You know, that's the awkward part of the shifts, is that it's there for the ground balls, but sometimes those little Texas leaguers can confuse the infielders.
One away for Garrett Cole. He's retired 5 in a row now. Gave up 2 walks and hit a batter in that first inning. Here's Brandon Lau. Lau made a nice play on that ground ball by LeMahieu. Took it himself to the bag. And the double play to end the inning. Shift is on for Lau, expecting him to pull on the ground. There was a time last year in his rookie year, Lau was trying to beat that shift, go the other way. But then the Rays said, we're okay with those hot ground balls that go for outs. We want you to do some damage. And he does have plenty of pop in that bat, especially to the pull side.
So a walk-off Chapman in the 9th inning of last night's game, and walk against Cole in the first, maybe seeing the ball a little better.
And then you add a good defensive play. He's hardly felt like he's participated in this series. And for a guy that is the centerpiece of the offense, that can be tough to take. We've seen a lot of frustrated looks from Brandon Lau. Had his dauber down a little bit.
They just keep pounding fastballs at the top of that zone.
2-2 the count. Going inside, and Cole missed with it. 3-2 now. Randy Arozarena on deck. Got himself at another full count. He's seen a lot of pitches last 3 times up, and he chased one that time at 100. Lau a little over aggressive. Chased one out of the strike zone. It's a strikeout for Garrett Cole. That's number 6 already.
Well, you get in a slump and you get overly aggressive because you want to put the ball in play. You figure you're going to get a strike 3-2 from Cole. But this one above the strike zone, foul tipped into the glove of Higashioka.
Racking up the K's early is Garrett Cole. Here's Arozarena. He takes a strike. Arozarena defecting from Cuba. If you're with our broadcast yesterday, Lauren told the story of how he got out of Cuba, lost his father, knew he had to make a living and support his family, decided to give it a try, and made it to Mexico, played a year there, signed with the St. Louis Cardinals, was on their postseason roster last year, and he's been a breakout star this postseason. Not this time though. Cole strikes him out. Another punch out for Garrett Cole. He's got 7 now, and the Yankee ace is locked in through the first 3 innings. He's retired 7 in a row. Scoreless in game 5. Yankees coming up as we go to the 4th. Utz girl has made her appearance here at the ballpark. Rays go with 4 outfielders to start this 4th inning, with Aaron Judge coming to the plate. Judge, Hicks, and Stanton. We've seen the 4 outfielder look from Tampa Bay often in this series and in this postseason. Rays have their best reliever on the mound early in this game. came on to get a double play ball off the bat of LeMahieu. Just 2 pitches last inning. Now Judge in the air to right field. That ball is well hit back at the wall. Meadows looks up and it's gone. Aaron Judge gives the Yankees the lead. First run of the ball game on a Judge opposite field home run. So the Yankees strike first, and Aaron Judge has got 3 hits in this postseason. They've all been home runs.
You know, Brian, true home run hitters, they don't have to even catch it 100%, and they can still hit it out of the ballpark. That's what happened to Judge there to right field.
Just the second home run that Nick Anderson has allowed this year. First he's given up in the postseason. And Hicks takes a strike.
4-seamer on the outer half, and kind of just peels that ball to right field. For a while, I was going to wonder if it's going to stay fair or not, and drops in the third row.
Just 322 down that right field line. And Aaron Judge finds the short porch. Swing and a miss by Hicks. No balls and 2 strikes. So Judge with 4 hits in the postseason, 3 home runs. And that got the reaction from that Yankees dugout. And with Cole locked in on the mound, now the Yankees have the lead here in game 5. Still got the 4 outfielders set up here as Anderson misses low.
Fly ball pitcher with fly ball hitters. That's why the 4-man outfield. Anderson in the first game of the wild card series against the Toronto Blue Jays threw his season high 29 pitches.
One ball, 2 strikes, and down he goes. Nice block back there by Zunino. Anderson comes back with a strikeout of Hicks after the Judge home run. Well, Nick Anderson, quite the story. Reclamation project, traded from the Marlins, and he has a couple of pitches that have been unhittable this year. A little separation in these two, huh, Ronnie?
Yeah, you can see Luke Voigt going back to the dugout. Fastball 96 miles an hour. The curveball 16 miles an hour slower. Zunino pretty good to catch both of those.
Here's Stanton now. Rays back in a more conventional setup. No shift on for Stanton. 3 outfielders. And Anderson deals a strike with that curve. Not only did Anderson not give up many homers, just 1 in the regular season, but only gave up 5 hits this year in this truncated season. Stanton gets jammed to pop up into foul territory. Ji-Man Choi is there for the out. 2 men are gone in this 4th inning. Aaron Judge has got 11 postseason home runs now in his 34th game. Will Middlebrooks, he missed it and still hit it out. I agree, Will. Luke Voigt, he popped his first career postseason home run last night. It was a no-doubter.
Hit a breaking ball off Ryan Thompson. His first postseason home run.
Flying the Yankee flag here in San Diego. Military community, a lot of Yankees fans. And Voigt late again. No balls and 2 strikes. Judge now 7th on the all-time Yankees home run list. with 11 now. Ties Jorge Posada for postseason homers. There's a bouncer. Nice easy hop for Adames. And Anderson comes back strong. Retires 3 in a row, but not before Aaron Judge delivers one to right. And the Yankees strike first. He found that short porch here at Petco Park. 1-0 Yankees. Rays coming to bat. Bottom of the 4th. Garrett Cole's strikeouts so far tonight.
2 of the strikeouts on the fastball have been the century mark, 100 miles an hour for Garrett Cole. He's had all his pitches working after the first inning.
11 swings and misses. He's had 11 called strikes as well. 6 of those 11 swings and misses on the fastball.
Only 2 balls put in play so far.
And here is Ji-Man Choi. He'll start it. Choi bounced out to second base in the first inning. Rays had the bases loaded. 2 walks and a hit batter in that first inning. And then Cole with a strikeout of Joey Wendell ended the inning. And he's been on a strikeout binge ever since. 7 strikeouts already through the first 3 innings. That one's in there. 1-1 to count. The 2 bats in the Rays lineup that have done the most damage against Garrett Cole, Arozarena and Choi. Those 2 combined to hit for a .542 average. Everybody else under 200. Arozarena is 0 for 1. And Choi is going to be 0 for 2 as he beats one right into the shift, and out number 1 of this 4th inning for Garrett Cole.
Good sign for Cole. 2 ground balls off the bat of Choi.
One away. It'll be Yandy Diaz. Aaron Judge with a solo home run to start the top of the 4th. Garrett Cole certainly turned a corner in appearance, in presence on the mound from the first inning to the second inning. When he got that strikeout to win the first, he's screaming at the Tampa Bay Rays dugout. He looks like his old self ever since.
Just looked uncomfortable in that first inning.
A lot of time between pitches. Coming back on 3 days rest. Never has done that in his career. Started game 1 of this ALDS and back on the mound for game number 5. Diaz swings and misses. 1-2 now on Yandy Diaz. Fielders are optional with all those strikeouts. Both the groundouts coming from Ji-Man Choi. Diaz trying to walk off that foul ball. Marvin Hudson says, I understand, man. Take your time. I'm with you. I know what you're going through. Umpires are good that way. Home plate umpires, they'll take their time, sweep the plate, meander around. You don't see it with hitters that often. Normally it's the catcher trying to take care of, but
he's hip to his pain.
He knows. Ready for a 1-2 from Cole.
Cole is such a perfectionist. When you're watching him pitch, and he just threw that 98-mile-an-hour fastball that just was fouled back, you can see the look of disgust on his face that it wasn't perfection right on the corner.
Diaz doing a good job hanging in there against Cole. Diaz had a hamstring injury final month of the year, missed the last month, and got a start in game 2 of the wild card series against Hyunjin Ryu. Got 3 hitters who were dealing with injuries at the end of the year that the Rays have been trying to work back, and simulated games trying to get as many swings as they can. The high velocity pitching machine, Yandy Diaz, Ji-Man Choi, and Austin Meadows, all big parts of this offense. 8th pitch of the at bat in the hole, and it's dropped by Torres. If he backhands it cleanly, he's got a chance to get Diaz, who's still dealing with the after effects of that hamstring injury. Instead, Diaz will reach first base runner for the Rays since the first inning.
We'll see on the backhand, runs up and hits him right on the heel of the glove, right running up near the wrist area. Just didn't catch it clean. Wasn't able to make the play.
They'll score it as an E6.
It's the right call.
8-pitch battle by Yandy Diaz with Garrett Cole. So here is Joey Wendell. Right now, his at bat in the first inning is the signature moment for Cole. Wendell trying to jump on the first pitch that time, was late on a fastball. Wendell struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning. That was a called strike 3. The 0-1. Up the ladder again. 99 this time, and it's 0-2. It just looks so good, but it's got that finishing kick like few others.
Just can't lay off it so far, the Tampa Bay hitters.
Cole's got him 0-2. Diaz the runner at first. Wendell's been reaching base a lot in this postseason, getting his hits. He's got 7 multi-hit games over his last 13. He's hitting for a .442 batting average in that stretch. Got a couple of home runs, 7 RBIs. He scored 9 runs as well. He puts a lot of pressure on the infield, even on ground balls. He can really run, and he takes no plays off. He busts it all the time. Tough guy to double up. 0-2 pitch.
Cole trying to bury that breaking ball, but that pitch is more apt to be pulled by Wendell, and there is a big hole between Voit and LeMahieu on the right side of the infield. This one stayed up in the strike zone, hit right on the nose by Wendell, but far out in front.
Cole knew he got away with one right there. No balls and 2 strikes. It's the 5th time Cole has faced the Tampa Bay Rays this season, twice in this series. The 0-2, and Wendell doesn't bite on the big fastball. Garrett Cole has allowed at least 2 homers in 3 straight starts against Tampa Bay. He's given up just at least 1 homer in 5 consecutive starts. He did give up the long ball this year often, 12 of them in 14 games. Kind of the nature of the beast when you're pitching up in the zone as often as Garrett Cole does.
Bat goes flying into the dugout of Tampa Bay. Very rarely you see a guy without batting gloves nowadays. This one right in. That must have been right across your face, Lauren.
Look out, Skipper. You know what Terry Francona would say about that, one of his great friends. Ugly finder. He just yelled out, "Where are your batting gloves, Joey?" Kevin Cash, what a job he's done with this Tampa Bay Rays team, replacing Joe Madden. Best record in the American League this year at 40-20 in the 60-game shortened schedule. Played for the Yankees. Had a ring with the Yankees, as a matter of fact. Wasn't on their postseason roster in 09, but he was a part of their team. Caught in a handful of games for the Yankees that year. He's got a ring with the Red Sox as well.
Two long at bats now, back to back here with Diaz and Wendell.
Diaz had an 8-pitch at bat. This is pitch number 8 to Joey Wendell. And he's hanging tough. So when we talk about high pitch count but be aggressive, I mean, that it sounds like it's on opposite ends of the spectrum, but it actually works together for this Tampa Bay Rays lineup. Kevin Cash says we cannot afford to sit back and allow Garrett Cole to issue walks. He's not going to do that, but that doesn't mean you're not trying to work counts and get deep in counts like they've done.
Sometimes you might only have a dozen pitches to hit in the game off Cole.
2-2 the count. That bounces in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So here we are in the 4th, and now you start to zero in on the pitch count. Excellent play back there by Higashioka. 5-star right there, and keeps the double play ball intact for Cole and the Yankees. Pitch number 10 of the at bat against Joey Wendell. Diaz the runner at first, and Wendell in the air to left field. Lazy fly ball to Gardner. He'll make the play, and Diaz retreats to first. 10-pitch battle. Ends up in a fly ball to left. 2 outs in the inning here in the 4th. I think the Rays starting this game, Ron, felt like they had a lot more coverage from their pitching staff than the Yankees. Yankees are dependent on Cole getting into those middle innings.
Yes.
You still have Green, Britton, Chapman. Those are the big 3 in the bullpen, but Green's been tapped a little bit in this series. Aaron Boone said he's good to go. He said he feels great, but that's probably not a guy you try to get multiple innings out of tonight.
But on 3 days rest now with 72 pitches in the 4th. High pitch count for Cole.
These are key at bats and innings here for both Cole, trying to minimize his pitch count, and the Rays trying to push it north. Adames takes a strike. Adames struck out his first time up. High strikeout numbers this year for Adames. Top 4 in the league from the Rays shortstop. Every game he's been in the lineup against Garrett Cole, he has a strikeout on his line. And the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Adames had the teal shoes the first 4 games. Not a lot of knocks. So now with the yellow and white shoes.
He is the heartbeat of this Rays team. The lively Willy Adames. Here's a 1-1. 2 balls and a strike now. You always wonder about hitters when you're talking about the strikeout numbers Adames has. 27 career at bats against Cole. He's got 16 Ks, does Adames. But he's also up there to try to do some damage as well. Been some deep counts in this inning. 25th pitch of the inning coming for Garrett Cole. Ooh, he got a call. Adames didn't like it. 2-2 the count.
Marvin Hudson's been consistent. He's calling the bottom of the strike zone and the top of the strike zone. Pitcher friendly.
He'll take it.
Cole and the Yankees might have got a break there.
Yankees felt like the calls were going against him in the first 3 games of this series. 100 miles an hour, now 3-2. Boy, all these deep counts Kevin Kiermaier due next.
But to me, it almost looks like Cole's trying to be so perfect on every single pitch that that's what's driving up the pitch count. No pitching to contact tonight.
Diaz still the runner at first. Reached on an error. 3-2 and a swing and a foul out of play. Diaz didn't run there. 3-2 and 2 outs.
I mean, you never see that in the postseason. First base coach Ozzie Timmons said, "You do know it's 3-2 and 2 outs."
Scolded him.
Any other time that would have been a good secondary lead, but not 3-2, 2 outs.
Take every inch you can, especially with the guy who's had hamstring problems. He'll be running here. Trust me. 3-2, 2 outs. There he goes. And Adames swings and misses. Cole with another fist pump as he strikes out his 8th batter. Works around an error. Pitch count rising though for Garrett Cole on 3 days rest. He's got it rolling though. 4 shutout innings with 8 Ks. 1-0 Yankees. Game 5 of this best-of-5 American League Division Series. And with Gio Urshela leading off, the Rays go back into their 4 outfielder mode. As Judge proved, no matter how many outfielders there are, if you hit it over their heads, no way to stop it. But you did last inning with 4 outfielders in. Urshela, Torres, Gardner, Nick Anderson back on the mound. He got the last 2 outs of the 3rd inning on a double play ball. Just 2 pitches that inning. Anderson gave up the homer to Judge in the 4th. Inning and 2/3 thus far. And now we'll start to look at that pitch count and wonder how long Kevin Cash will go with Anderson, especially if he gets in trouble at all.
I was saying before, in the first game of the wild card series, threw 29 pitches against the Blue Jays, so that would be around his limit.
One ball, 1 strike on Urshela. That home run by Judge off Anderson, the first hit of the year for the Yankees, given up by Anderson. He had pitched 5 games without giving up a hit. He only gave up 5 hits all season to everyone. Kevin Gausman. Well, pitchers understand. Doesn't take much. Crowded him. 2-2 the count. Urshela with a couple of hits in the series. He's 2 for 16 now. He struck out in the 2nd. Tyler Glasnow went 2 1/3 to open this game for Tampa Bay. Went 1 time through the batting order. That Yankees batting order 0 for 7 with 2 walks against Glasnow. Gleyber Torres due next. Here's a payoff. Boy, a lot of long at-bats, deep counts for both of these teams.
Well, both offenses know they're going up against great pitching. They're all grinding on every pitch.
Last 3 hitters for the Rays last inning against Cole. Diaz had an 8-pitch at bat. Wendell a 10-pitch sequence, and then Adames had a 7-pitch at bat. A swing and a miss. Anderson strikes him out. Urshela's gone. Out number 1 of the 5th.
The MLB postseason on TBS is brought to you by Utz Snacks, irresistible homestyle flavors, and by HBO Max. Stream all new originals, movies, and more.
Beautiful Petco Park, home of the Padres, and this year the home of the American League Division and Championship Series. It's the only division series that gets to a Game 5. They are all secure. Braves, Dodgers in the National League. Padres lost to the Dodgers. Got swept by LA. Here in the American League, the Houston Astros are patiently waiting, unable to enter the San Diego bubble yet from Los Angeles until it has been determined who their opponent will be. Astros in their 4th consecutive ALCS. And there's plenty of beef going around for everybody concerning the Astros, especially these two teams right here. The Yankees eliminated by Houston last year in the championship series. The Rays lost to Houston in 5 games in the division series a season ago. Two 2-0 to Gleyber Torres. And a shot back up the middle, a base hit. Torres got a hitter's count and a single up the middle for a knock. And the first hit of this 5th inning. It's only the 2nd hit of the ball game for the Yankees. Torres and Judge with the hit so far.
Torres is some kind of hitter in the postseason, regular season and postseason. Now 10 hits and 7 walks he's had in the post.
Man on, 1 out. Here is Brett Gardner, the one holdover from the 2009 World Series title team, Lauren Shahadi. Speaking of heartbeats of the team, he's certainly that for the Yankees.
Yeah, he first put on pinstripes the year before in 2008, and he reminisced to me, BA and Ron, about how much fun that team was. Jeter, Rivera, Pettit, Messina said it was a blast. He has a club option for 2021, made it known he wants to stay. Ask anyone, beloved is an understatement.
Flies out to center field. We're talking to Aaron Boone before the game today about Gardner, and just brings so many of the intangibles. He's still a terrific player.
That's right.
First of all, between the lines, he's earned his place in the lineup. It's kind of developed into a soft platoon with Clint Frazier, but Frazier got the first 2 starts of this series. It's been Gardner the rest of the way.
You know, we said before the series began, that Gardner's just one of those players. Joey Wendell for the Tampa Bay Rays, same kind of player who does something every night to help your team win.
Aaron Boone saying he is a joy to manage. He's always ready. Plays hard every day. 2 outs now. Higashioka takes strike 1 from Anderson. There is activity brewing in the Rays bullpen. Pete Fairbanks getting loose. He closed out game 2. It was a wild ride for Fairbanks, but he did finish the job. Got a save in the wild card series.
Well, I was kind of kidding when I said that each Tampa Bay pitcher would only pitch once through the lineup. It might happen.
You're thinking right along with him. Glasnow faced 9 batters. Anderson's 9th batter faced in Higashioka. Strike 1-2 the count now.
Perfect curveball right on the outside corner. Higashioka could not pull the trigger.
Anderson's got him in a 1-2 count. Anderson, part of the stable of guys, as Kevin Cash called him. Had t-shirts printed up. In the dirt. Good take that time. Another good block back there by a catcher. Zunino this time smothers it. As Tampa Bay bullpen, they ranked 1st in the American League in wins, 1st in the AL in inherited runners stranded. They were 2nd in innings, had more innings than their starters as a collective, and they were 2nd in bullpen ERA in the AL. Led the AL in saves, and they got saves from 12 different pitchers in the regular season, and now 13 when you add Fairbanks to the mix in the postseason. Spreading the wealth, a strength of their team. In the majors, they were 3rd in total innings pitched, again outweighing their starters in innings, even though they have very good starters in Snell and Glasnow and Morton. 2-2 on Higashioka. Torres the runner at first, and a step off from Anderson. Could be his last hitter. No secrets between these teams. There's a lot of familiarity, but Kevin Cash trying to eliminate as best he can, not allowing any of his pitchers to face a batter twice, it looks like. Another one in the dirt. Another one blocked by Zunino. Full count now. LeMahieu looms next, the AL batting champion. Major League batting champion as well. No one even close to him this year. Torres with a 1-out single. Full count to Higashioka. Torres will be on the move. 3-2, 2 outs. There he goes. Higashioka pops it up. Skies one into right center. Meadows is under it, and Nick Anderson gets through his portion of the game. Gives up a run, an Aaron Judge homer. 1-0 Yankees. The Rays are coming up. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Game 5. The decisive Game 5. It's win or go home in the ALDS.
He's had 2 real easy innings and 2 hard innings. Of course, you can see it right by the pitch counts.
Yeah, they got the K's on the board. 8 strikeouts for Garrett Cole here. He did have a high pitch 4th inning, as you saw. High pitch stress inning in the 1st with the bases loaded. Rays are still without a hit, though. Cole walked 2, hit a batter in the 1st inning to load the bases. The base runner in the 4th, Yandy Diaz, reached on an E6. Kevin Kiermaier swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Kiermaier. 8th place hitter in this Tampa Bay lineup. The Rays, by the way, are 0 for their last 30 against Yankee pitching. Yankees bullpen went 5 scoreless, hitless innings to finish the game last night to even up this series. Kiermaier into center field. Sounded like he got good wood on it. Hicks is there to make the play. Just shy of the wall. Kiermaier flies out number 1. The array of pitches, something to behold from Garrett Cole.
The dispersion of these balls in the strike zone is just fascinating and amazing. The 98-mile-an-hour fastball with the changeup and curveball.
All from the same release point. And how anybody even touches Garrett Cole is beyond me when you see that. Electric stuff. Strike to Mike Zunino. Let's send it down to Lauren Shahadi.
Brian, and Ron, some parallels I was thinking about. Remember back in 09, the Yankees gave CC Sabathia the largest free agent pitcher contract in MLB history at the time. He wasn't as dominant during the year, but shined in the post, won MVP of the CS en route to the World Series. And now, what are we, 11 years later, the Yankees give Garrett Cole the largest free agent pitcher contract, and Cole has a similar opportunity in front of him.
Well, Cole's going to start in this postseason, building up his postseason legacy with the New York Yankees, and he's here for one reason, right? To pitch deep into the post and get the ultimate prize.
And get those big games.
Yeah.
Even on 3 days rest, even though he's never done it before. There was no question he was going to be on the mound here tonight in his mind. And it wasn't Aaron Boone asking, it was Garrett Cole letting him know, I'm ready to go. Inside, almost hit Zunino. Pitch number 87 for Garrett Cole. And the 2-2, swinging a foul. Garrett Cole, Yankee fan, check out that sign. That is Garrett Cole, a young Garrett Cole. Game 6 of the 2001 World Series. Yankees Diamondbacks. That same sign.
But he kept it in the garage, right?
Kept it in the garage. Lost a little color, got some fading, but how about that? Incredible. 18 years later. And down goes Zunino. Garrett Cole burns one off, and that is another strikeout, number 9 for Garrett Cole. That is an American League postseason single season record or postgame record. 32 at-bats without a hit for the Tampa Bay Rays.
The pitches that are on the corner or just a bit off the corner, Cole has been getting the call from Marvin Hudson. And that one for his 9th punch out.
And the Rays trying to solve the riddle of Yankee pitching right now. 32 hitless at-bats and a swing and a miss from Meadows. Take a look inside the numbers presented by DraftKings. Most strikeouts on the four-seamer and the curveball. Cole's on that list 3rd. Pretty much what you get. Glasnow tops on the list, the opener today for the Rays. Long gone on this one. Tyler Glasnow, 2 1/3. Cole's got 2 outs in the 5th, and in the air right field. Judge going back. He's at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. Judge could not get off a jump at that ball. He hit the wall. Austin Meadows has tied this game at 1 apiece. A big moment in the game as Meadows delivers the long ball. Hey, at 6-7, Judge was right there to steal a home run, but the wall got him.
Well, what happened is he got too close to the wall. So when he went to jump, he jumped up and into the wall, which stopped him from getting up to his full height.
And now here's Lau. What a big jolt that was. Austin Meadows.
After a fastball up and in, a fastball away, and Meadows was ready. Oh, he hit his head underneath with that overhang.
Ground ball to first, race to the bag. Cole is there. The inning is over. The neutral site, unfamiliar territory, Petco Park. Judge gets denied by the wall, and Austin Meadows has tied this game at 1.
Had the overhang of the padding there. That's what happened to him. He got so close, and that eve of padding that's stuck over didn't allow him to get to his full height.
Cole's reaction, knew it was going to be close, and out it goes. And Austin Meadows with a home run to tie this game. Now it's going to be Pete Fairbanks on to pitch for Tampa Bay.
Fairbanks closed game number 2 when he threw 25 pitches in that game.
Became the 13th Ray to earn a save this year when he saved wild card game 1 against Toronto, and he deals a strike to LeMahieu. Got big velocity. He's a regular visitor into triple digits. That one at 99 miles an hour.
Struggled with his control in game 2.
2 solo home runs. Judge and Meadows. Another one on the corner, and LeMahieu barking about that one. Look at that Rays bench. Meadows has been out with an oblique injury. He's been trying hard to get back in, gets a swat from his pitching coach. There's a lot of love in there in that Tampa Bay dugout. One ball, 2 strikes.
Garrett Cole's given up 29 runs this year, including the postseason. 23 have come via the home run.
As we mentioned, he in the regular season got bit by the home run ball as well. 17 homers, 14 games this year. Allowed at least 1 in 12 of the 14. 2-2 the count, and LeMahieu fouls it away. Tampa Bay had set an American League record, 32 hitless at-bats, postseason record, and a single postseason. And then Meadows, once the record was established, launched it out of here.
If you're tall and you throw hard and you're right-handed, you probably pitch for the Tampa Bay Rays.
2-2 the count. Bouncing ball to Adames. Nice easy hop. Out number 1 for Fairbanks. Hey, a reminder that 1 in 5 kids in the U.S. may not be able to afford to play Little League Baseball. For every text of Little League to 31313 T-Mobile will donate $1 to their Little League call-up program, so our kids can keep playing ball. All the cardboard cutouts. Miss the fans in the ballpark, the roars of the crowd. It's been impressive how these players have competed at such a high level. Judge's home run in the 4th inning started the inning. First and only Yankees run. Oh, and 2 the count.
There's a home run earlier off Anderson. Fastball away. Didn't get it all, but got enough.
3rd home run of this postseason for Aaron Judge. Got 11 now in his postseason career as a Yankee. High fly ball to right. It's going to stay playable for Meadows. Routine for him, almost in his tracks. And Judge is retired. Garrett Cole still has the jacket on. Yankee bullpen quiet after Austin Meadows delivers the game-tying home run. Two up, 2 down for Fairbanks. It brings up Aaron Hicks. Hicks a line out in the 1st. He struck out in the 4th. He's 0 for 2. 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Fairbanks.
Seen plenty of that this game, haven't we? Glasnow, Cole, Fairbanks.
The velocity in the game right now, there's never been more from so many different pitchers. Fairbanks, a St. Louis native, played his college ball at Mizzou. He is a Tommy John surgery survivor twice. Had one in high school, had one just a couple of years ago. He's come back throwing harder than ever. Got the save in game 1 of the wild card series against Toronto, and it was a wild ride in game 2, but a save nonetheless as he locked it down for Tampa Bay. Rays won game 2 and 3 after the Yankees won the opener 9-3. Kevin Cash's team took 8 of 10 from the Yankees in the regular season. Little half swing, he goes. 2-2 on Hicks. Glasnow started when 2 1/3. Nick Anderson pitching earlier than he has all year. Their top reliever entered in the 3rd inning and goes 2 2/3. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard but foul.
Usually you say when you're in the 5th inning, Brian, that boy, there's only 3 hits. The hitters haven't been taking good at bats. They've been taking good at bats. Just the pitches are filthy.
Well, the high pitch count too. I mean, the depth of the at bats. A lot of 2-2, 3-2 counts. Judge and Meadows with the homers.
I said 5th, 6th inning, of course.
Ready for a 2-2. And it'll go full now. Garrett Cole with 93 pitches through 5 innings. And you wonder how long Aaron Boone will let it ride. with Cole. Pitch count not such a big priority in a postseason game, especially with a guy like Garrett Cole. All depends on what's going on around him. That ball is hit hard again, but pulled foul. And the count remains at 3-2. Another one of those at bats you're talking about, Ron. This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat. Another 3-2 into center field. Boy, what an at bat by Aaron Hicks. Just grinding through that sequence with Fairbanks, and is rewarded with a single back up the middle. A 2-out single for the Yankees.
Fastball down and in. Rode up on the label a little bit. Still strong enough to get that to center field, and more importantly, get Stanton up.
The kind that take the wind out of the sails of a pitcher. Long battle with 2 outs. Now he's got to deal with Giancarlo Stanton. 0 for 2 tonight. Stanton has been swinging a red hot bat in this postseason. Done some big damage in this postseason. 6 homers in the first 5 games. He's got 6 consecutive games with an extra base hit to start a postseason. That is at the top of the list. He and Arozarena have been the 2 headliners offensively. Arozarena is due to lead off in the bottom of the 6th. Rays will have the middle of their order. T-Mobile base cam as Hicks gets back. Here's the 0-1.
Stanton has 16 hits in the postseason. Half of them homers.
Well, he hit one of the longest you'll ever see. Pulled one up near the scoreboard in his 2-homer game. Lays off that one. 2 balls and a strike now on Stanton. Stanton's another guy, though. He's getting a lot of deep counts. He'll take pitches. Yeah, up there above that landing, above the bunting where Stanton's landed. 458-foot home run. He won a home run derby in this ballpark 2016. Wasn't an all-star that year, but participated in the home run derby. And he takes ball 3. Kevin Cash on the phone down to his bullpen. That's going to start some of the wheels in motion. Stan Borowski is the bullpen coach. So Castillo starting to mill around. Here's a 3-1. Full count now. Take you back 2016, 4 years ago. Southern California native Giancarlo Stanton said, you know, I'm not going to take the All-Star break completely off. I'll participate. And he put on a show. He hit 61 home runs in that home run derby. I think he had 24 in the first round, and he walked away with it. Impressive showing, especially here. Hicks takes off. Stanton takes a ball on 3-2, and that'll be 2 on now for the Yankees. Another long battle at the plate. Stanton draws the walk, and with 2 outs, Yankees have put 2 men on. So the instructions from Cash to get Castillo up.
Just beginning to throw. Pitching coach Kelly Snyder is going to come out first, and Luke Voigt, who guaranteed a win after last night's game, gets a chance here.
So a meeting at the mound with the Rays Give us a chance to remind you can create custom reels and search over 3.5 million videos this postseason. Watch, create, share only at MLB.com/film room. Kind of get the sense, Ron, the Rays, they're rolling this a little earlier than they want, but they've got to keep putting their guys out there, their top pitchers. Remember, they still have Blake Snell added to the mix of the bullpen. He's the guy that could give you innings. He was their game 1 starter. They would obviously prefer not to use him, win the game, and have him available for a game 1. But first things first, you got to get there.
Well, a team that's had 13 different guys have a save this year might get a 14th today if they keep pushing through this bullpen. The Yankees this year against Tampa with runners in scoring position all season long, 159 batting average.
And this is their first at bat with a runner in scoring position tonight. 2 on, first and second for Luke Voit. Always ready to pounce on the first one. Lays off this time and takes a ball. The Major League home run leader this year, Luke Voit, at 22 of them. Was telling us one of the reasons he felt he was able to make a little bit of an adjustment to start to pull the ball better with power. Always known as a great opposite power hitter, but because pitchers started working him more and more inside, he made a little subtle change, keeping his right hand, his top hand, on the bat all the way through the swing, all the way through the follow through. And he said it really changed everything with the pull power. Started launching the ball in the air and had a huge season this year. That's a big cut and a miss at a 99-mile-an-hour heater. So that was last year. Gave his number to Garrett Cole, by the way, but look at the top hand off the bat. And on the right is the current swing of Luke Voit with the top hand on the bat.
Also lost 20 pounds, much better condition. Led major leagues this year with 26 2-out RBI.
Got a St. Louis matchup here. Fairbanks against Luke Voit. Two on, 2 out. And the 1-2 just stayed alive. Voigt's from Wildwood, Missouri, a St. Louis suburb. It's a Lafayette High School. And some big bats come out of that high school. David Freese, Ryan Howard. Voit played his college ball at Missouri State. He did bring up Grandma Joan last night. She was paying him $25 a homer. He hit one last night, his first postseason home run. He told Grandma Joan it's time to pay up again.
The bill is $575 according to you.
That's right. 23 times 25 now. Counting them this year. Do it again. 1 and 2 the count. 2 men are on. And a swing and a miss. He got him. Triple-digit fastball. Fairbanks strikes out Voit. Inning is over. The Yankees strand a pair. Boy, you think these guys, they want it. Means a lot. Tied at 1. That'll start Sunday here on TBS. We have the American League Championship Series for you. And then Fox will handle the National League. Randy Arozarena on the first pitch. Sends it deep into left field. Gardner at the wall. And he's got it. Oh, Arozarena sends one deep, but Gardner is there to make the play. Missed it by a fraction on the bat. And with that one, Aaron Boone on his way out. So Garrett Cole,
he's going to let him have one hitter. Almost turned into a disaster.
The guy who's hit him better than anyone, Ji-Man Choi, is due up. And I think as Cole tries to argue his way into the game to remain in the game. How about Brett Gardner? That one was going out, I think. It certainly would have hit the top of the wall and had a chance. Oh, yeah, that was going to leave.
Once he caught it, Cole didn't know till then. I mean, literally, it was 10 seconds before he knew it was caught, and the bat flip to no avail.
Arozarena, long, loud out, and Cole loses the argument. He's out of the game. And a pitching change for the Yankees. All tied at 1. Here comes the left-hander, Zach Britton. He went to the wall and hauls it in on that 8-foot wall in left field.
The bullpen knew he had a chance all the time. Watch the reaction from Cole. He wasn't sure. Said, did he catch it? Yes. And salutes his left fielder.
And then Cole did everything he could to try to stay in the game.
How about the at-bats Arozarena has taken in this series?
Been pouncing on the first pitch. Arozarena was hit by a pitch his first time up today. 0 for 2 in this one. 0 for his last 7 at the plate after that blistering start. All right, Ronnie, Zach Britton is on. And the Rays will counter. Mike Brasso will be the pinch hitter. So into the bullpen goes Aaron Boone.
Yeah, he didn't give up a hit. He got 5 outs on 22 pitches. Remember, Aaron Boone split up Chapman and Britton so that they wouldn't get too many pitches in their appearance. 22 by Britton, 23 by Chapman.
Mike Brasso will pinch hit for Ji-Man Choi. Brasso, versatile utility man defensively as well. Got 28-man rosters in the postseason. A lot of flexibility here for the Rays. And their players are used to it. That's a shot up the middle, laying out Torres to his feet, throw to first, not in time. It's a good play, but Brasso runs too well. Be a pinch hit single for Mike Brasso, and the Rays have a man on in this 6th inning with 1 away.
Well, Torres was playing him to pull. Had a long distance to go to get that. Never could get up quick enough to make the play at first base. He got so extended that he couldn't just hop to his feet. Strong throw, but you're right, Brasso, too much speed. Heck of a play, though, by Torres.
It's only the 2nd hit of the game for the Rays. Austin Meadows' home run with 2 outs last inning tied it. And now an infield hit. Yandy Diaz now at the plate. Diaz reached on an error in the 4th inning. He's been on twice. He walked and reached on that E6. Yankees had their defensive struggles in the regular season, but just a couple of errors here in the postseason.
Britton will throw a few breaking balls over the course of his appearances, but really that hard sinker is his bread and butter.
He was lights out last night. 5 hitless, scoreless innings for the Yankee bullpen last night. Britton retired 5 in a row with 3 strikeouts. Went through the bottom of the order first. He did face Brasso his first batter face yesterday and struck him out. He struck out Diaz as well in yesterday's game. A swing and a foul. 1 and 2 the count.
Cole back on the bench. That's unusual. Usually pitchers will get some ice first.
Coming back on 3 days rest, something he's never done in his career. 5 1/3. Just the 1 hit, the Meadows homer. 9 strikeouts for Garrett Cole. 30 strikeouts in his first 3 starts of this postseason. Yandy Diaz had a couple of big moments last year in the postseason. Had a bad foot injury. Had special shoes made up. They put him on the postseason roster for his bat, and he hit 2 homers against Oakland in the wild card game. He's got plenty of pop. Two and two.
Britton in his last 11 games, 12 innings, only 3 hits and 2 runs allowed.
Was once a dominant closer himself, now setting up for Aroldis Chapman. Yankees had to use their A relievers last night. Rays did not. And Britton misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nature of this postseason this year, no days off, no travel days. 5 games in 5 days in the division series. There will be a day off tomorrow for whoever advances, and then 7 games in 7 days if it goes that far in the championship series. The Houston Astros are awaiting their opponent. Three-two pitch. Oh, he's hanging in there. Brasso is on the move on the 3-2 pitch with 1 out. Tate Diaz is giving the Rays some incredible at-bats in this game. I mean, he has seen a ton of pitches already. Drew a walk-off call in the first inning. Had an 8-pitch battle in the 4th, resulting in an error. This will be the 22nd pitch that he has seen in this game tonight in his 3 plate appearances.
Britton will try to keep Brasso close. He'll be running again.
The wild card right now for the Yankees in their bullpen is Chad Green. How much will he be able to give? How effective will he be? A couple innings last night, he was dominant. That is low, ball 4. Diaz had a bat flip on that walk. He knows that was a success. I mean, that is a world-class at-bat. He's given him all night long. His 2nd walk. Now it's 1st and 2nd with 1 out.
Well, you're grinding, and Diaz knows it. Be able to lay off that tough sinker. It's a good at-bat.
You know, we tell you every pitch means something. Every at-bat means something. You don't see bat flips for walks unless you're fully in the grind. And they certainly are right now as this one starts to tighten up.
Britton made it look easy last night. 22 pitches later, a little tougher tonight.
2 on, 1 away, and it's Joey Wendell. Wendell's been up there with some men on base. Stranded him loaded his first time up. He's left 4 on in his first 2 at-bats. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Britton in there with a 95-mile-an-hour sinker.
If you don't bring 95 plus, you can't even play in this game.
And some velocity we've seen in this game already. Both of the starters hitting triple digits. Glasnow and Cole. Fairbanks in triple digits. Oh, and 2 the count. Our old colleague Dennis Eckersley used to say, "Gas Masterson." That's what we've seen a lot of. Plenty of flamethrowers. Britton's come back quickly. 0-2 with 2 men on. More key sequence right here. 6th inning. 1-1 game. Couple of solo home runs. Judge and Meadows. And the 0-2, and Wendell, down he goes. A strikeout for Britton. A big out there. 2nd out of the inning.
Well, you watch Britton against Wendell. Fastball, strike 1, big breaking ball. You don't see a lot of those from Britton. And when he really turns over that sinker, it's almost like a 95-mile-an-hour split finger.
Kind of looks like a right-handed slider.
Yeah.
Electric stuff. Britton gets a big K. Now it's Willie Adames. Both runners will be off with the crack of the bat with 2 outs. Britton wanting to make sure Brasso is not thinking about a steal here. The Rays did run a lot in the final 6 weeks of the season. Bounce it in. Another block by Higashioka.
Sounds redundant, doesn't it? He's been that good.
His chest protector just dotted with ball marks.
Should put some baseball stitches on there where all the balls hit.
It's made a huge impact. Not only keeping runners at bay, but also the confidence in the pitchers to let it loose. 1 ball, no strikes on Adames. 2-0. Britton was in the closer's role quite often this year. With Chapman out. Had an injury, hamstring injury, had 8 saves. And that one's in there, right at the bottom of the strike zone. 2-1 the count. Britton facing the Rays shortstop.
Ball has so much late depth and break on that sinker. Adames thought it was low.
Two men on, 2 outs, and Adames hits it hard to right field. Judge is right there to make the play. And Britton, it was a little wobbly, but he gets through it, gets the line drive out, strands a pair of Rays. We're still tied at 1 in Game 5. 1-1 game, solo home runs. Aaron Judge popped one to the opposite field in the 4th inning, and then Austin Meadows a pull home run in the 5th inning. That came with 2 outs off Gary Cole. Cole coming back on 3 days rest. He pitched well. And now the Yankees into their bullpen. The Rays with their second reliever. Glasnow started. Nick Anderson, now Pete Fairbanks back out for his 2nd inning of work. Urshela leads the way for the Yankees. Randy Arozarena almost gave the Rays the lead as Brett Gardner got himself to the wall, leaped up, pulled a home run back. Thought he had one, did Arozarena. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, most of the times when you see big, tall right-handers, they have some long arm movement, but you don't see that from Fairbanks, and I wonder if that's a result of the 2 Tommy Johns. Just really bends it, puts it right at his hip, and goes.
That's a lot of torque on that elbow, almost like a catcher, the way that a catcher would throw. Kind of cocks it back to the ear. It certainly makes it difficult to pick up by the hitter. Mike Brasso stays in to play first base. He pinch hit for Ji-Man Choi. That's a familiar spot for him. And Urshela late fouls it away.
Urshela's been out of sync this entire series. You said it, he hit the big grand slam home run against Cleveland, but not much to show in this series.
Urshela had the green light in his first at bat. Three and 2 the count, and in the air, left center field. Going to hang up there for Arozarena. He was pinching the gap anyway, range it over there in Kiermaier territory to make that play. Urshela is retired. 1 away in the 7th inning. Well, Major League Baseball encourages fans to take an active role in your communities. Make a plan to vote this election season. Visit MLB.com/vote to learn more.
Fairbanks threw 25 pitches in game 2, now up to 34 here in this game.
Gleyber Torres now. Digging him. Stars are out. He's turned it into a star.
Yes,
he is a star,
he is
but
a
now
star.
a postseason star. The way he's gone. Hit his 5th career postseason home run last night. It was a put-away punch too. There's a wave and a miss. A breaking ball from Fairbanks, and it's quickly 0-2 on Gleyber Torres. He's hit for a .347 batting average in the postseason, highest among active players. A 3-run home run last night from a 1-run game to a 4-run game. 0-2 pitch, and he caught him guessing right down the middle. Fairbanks with a backwards K on Gleyber Torres. That's his 2nd strikeout. 2 men are out in the 7th.
You know, Brian, Tampa Bay Rays has used 3 different pitchers, but they all have about the same repertoire. We're throwing 95 up with the fastball up in the zone, followed by the curveball coming off that fastball.
Torres guessing, and a curveball right down the middle. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Brett Gardner now. We play in the 7th inning with 2 away in a 1-1 game.
Like most of the postseason games this year, really feels like the long ball is going to decide this one too.
Feels like it, right? Strikeouts, home runs, and we're kind of trending that way. Randy Arozarena thought he had a long ball to maybe turn the tables a little bit until Gardner snatched one back. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Every out crucial. You start counting these outs as Kevin Cash gets into his bullpen early. Glasnow coming back on just 2 days rest after starting game 2. Goes 2 1/3, and then Anderson got the last 2 outs of the 3rd. Complete innings in the 4th and the 5th, and a swing and a miss. Fairbanks 2 innings in the books for himself. Back-to-back Ks for Pete Fairbanks. A 1-2-3 inning of the 7th. 3 strikeouts for the big right-hander. Pitchers duel shaping up in game 5. Stretch time at Petco. Rays are coming up next. Utzgerl right there in the spot. Brett Gardner pulled a home run back to keep this game tied at 2. Excuse me, tied at 1. And here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kevin Kiermaier will lead off. Zach Britton is back out there. First ball swinging is foul by Kiermaier. And Aroldis Chapman starts to throw in the Yankees bullpen. Again, these managers, they're both earlier than they want with these particular relievers, but they're matching each other in this direction. After Garrett Cole started, went 5 1/3 for Aaron Boone. Kiermaier down 0-2 now. Tyler Glasnow went 2 1/3, faced 9 batters. Nick Anderson 2 2/3, 9 batters. Fairbanks has gone 2 innings. He's faced 8 batters. Guessing he's coming back out for at least 1 batter in the 8th. A swing and a miss. Boy, Britton just wipes out Kiermaier. Threw him that breaking ball.
Well, and you have to be so ready for that ball coming in on your hands. And that big sweeping curveball, that's about the only swing you can have. Ball starts almost behind Kiermaier, ends up on the outside corner.
You know what this game feels like, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Feels like a game that is, tied 9th, 10th, 11th inning when you're in a regular season game, when you're rolling out your best pitchers and you're trying to hold serve for your offense. But we're doing that early, way early for these relievers. Zunino, big rip on the first pitch.
And everyone's in win the game mode with a home run, right? It's the 5th time that Britton has thrown back-to-back games. The most pitches he threw in those back-to-back games was 25. He's already on his 40th now.
5 batters yesterday. 5 up, 5 down. Chapman came on, got the last 4 outs, got the save. Aaron Boone saying he wanted to split the work of those last 9 outs, but also was a little bit matchup related. Boone really doesn't worry about specific matchups with his 2 lefties. Zunino on the ground. Oh, it's bobbled by Urshela. Oh, the normally sure-handed Gio Urshela with a key error here. Zunino will reach on an E5. Well, that is unexpected from Urshela. Second Yankee error of this game.
Boy, didn't take a bad hop. Just misplayed by Urshela.
Yankees had just 1 error in the postseason leading up to this game 5. 2 tonight. Both from the left side of that infield with Torres and Urshela. And the door is open a bit. And here comes Austin Meadows. I think maybe in one plan for Kevin Cash, the way he talked to us earlier, Meadows wouldn't be around to face the left-handed relievers of the Yankees. But after you hit a home run to tie the game in the 5th, you're going to ride that hand right now.
Playing the hot hand, right?
Might not match up with the numbers, but.
And in these tight games, boy, you hate to see those little mistakes. Probably made the defensive play of the postseason for the Yankees.
Yeah, no question, against Cleveland. Started that double play. In tight, almost hit him. 2 balls, no strikes.
How he got out of the way on this one, kept his hands from getting hit.
Felt the breeze on his knuckles right there.
All the hitters are leaning over the dish, right?
There's 2 central players in this game tonight. Big acquisition by the Tampa Bay Rays from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Glasnow and Meadows. 2-1 the count. Came over in the Chris Archer deal. That's been the MO for the Tampa Bay Rays. They've traded players as they start to get into those big contracts, even though they're big name players.
They have not moved. They've been on the top step of that dugout the entire game.
Meadows 1 out of 3. Homered his last time up to tie it. And under this one, a mile high into left center field. Gardner will call it. He's got it. And there is out number 2. Zunino will retreat to first. And Aaron Boone on his way out. With Brandon Lau coming up. Boone's going to make the call to the bullpen.
Just like last night, Brian. Brought Chapman in to face Lau.
Lau drew a walk-off Chapman last night. So here we are in the 7th inning with 2 outs. Now the Yankee closer is coming on to pitch. And you know, somewhere Joe Madden is saying, yeah, I do that too. I did that too, actually. Lau checking the book. All tied at 1. Boy, what a game 5 we have here. A tactician's delight. And these managers are rolling out their best pitchers, and they're in their game a little bit earlier. We saw Britton early. Now Aroldis Chapman is on for the Yankees.
They're not taking a chance, though, that they don't use those bullets early in the game. And Chapman in the face. Lau, just like last night.
Got a pinch runner over at first base, as you see the numbers on Aroldis Chapman. Had hamstring problems this year. Didn't pitch much through the season. A very fast runner, Brett Phillips, will run for Zunino, the catcher who reached on the E5.
But it's interesting, they waited an out. It's almost like Kevin Cash wasn't sure whether to do it, and then he did.
Brandon Lau has been in a slump, steps up in a big spot right here. 2 outs, 7th inning.
Whoa.
Chapman is a pitcher that you can run on. Normally you get him in, a 9th inning save situation. It's risky to run, but it's a tie game.
So that's why they didn't pinch run Phillips against Britton, who does hold the runners close. Chapman does not.
Lau takes a strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. We saw Chapman top 100 miles an hour a couple of times yesterday.
Can you steal a base when everyone knows you're trying to?
Phillips can fly. When he does run, he's usually safe. 6 out of 7 this year. Chapman, the long pause. And Lau had a big cut, but he's trying to chase one at 99 at the shoulders, and he fouls one back. That's been the sweet spot for Yankee pitchers with Brandon Lau at the plate. They keep putting it up there just atop the strike zone, and he keeps biting. 0-2 the count now. Lau is 0 for 2 tonight. He walked in the first. He is 0 for his last 27 against Yankee pitching. Tie game, 1 apiece. Chapman deals, and that one missed at 100. 1-2 now.
You're asking Chapman to get 7 outs here and hoping the Yankees score.
Yankees have 9-1-2 due up in the 8th inning. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and that's in there. A called strike 3 right on the corner. Chapman at 99 miles an hour. Yankees work around an error. A couple of strikeouts in the inning. Chapman strikes out his only batter faced. We're going to the 8th. What a ball game. We're tied at 1 in game 5. Perez will catch. Homered early in the series. Drove in 3 runs. Diego Castillo out of the Tampa Bay bullpen. He is next up for Kevin Cash.
See the numbers from the season. He pitched in game 2 and game 3. 24 pitches in game 2. 13 in game 3.
And in a 1-1 game, a power hitter is coming up. Mike Ford will pinch hit for Kyle Higashioka. Yankees in the 9th spot in their order. They got LeMahieu due next, then Judge. Big shift is on for Ford. And he takes a strike from Castillo. Second plate appearance of the postseason for Ford. Just 5 hits through the first 7 innings. That's the fewest this postseason that has been offense friendly. These two teams have combined for 18 home runs in this series. And 2 tonight, make it 20. Castillo pouring in the strikes. 0-2 the count. Judge due up 3rd.
Pitchers have been on the edges all game long.
Castillo, the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Castillo is one of the dudes for the Tampa Bay Rays for sure. Castillo, Fairbanks, Anderson. Those are the big 3. Anderson went 2 2/3. Fairbanks 2 innings. And remember, Tampa Bay still has Blake Snell available if necessary. Here's a 1-2. Count evens. 2-2 now.
Castillo unscored upon on his last 9 games. There's Snell in the bullpen.
Feels like if the Rays go to another reliever, he's going to be the one. He got a save last year in the postseason. 2 relief appearances in the playoffs last year in the division series against Houston. From 0-2 to 2-2. Castillo fires, and that one's down and in. Good take by Ford. You get a lot of hitters to bite on a pitch like that. Yankees about to be right where they want to be in their batting order, with LeMahieu on deck. Higashioka's night is over. Both of those guys saved runs defensively tonight.
They did.
Payoff pitch. Ford stays alive.
One of the rare pitches to hit there by Ford. A hanging slider by Castillo. Big dot in the middle of the plate. just underneath it. Right up the mask of Perez.
Three-two. And he got him right at the bottom of the zone. Castillo perfectly placed. A strikeout to start the 8th. Can't do it any better than that if you're Diego Castillo. That's out number 1.
He had one pitch to hit. The next one was perfect. Backdoor, knees. Couldn't draw it up any better than that.
Begging he'd get the benefit of the call. Did not. And a one away for Castillo. Top of the order now, DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu is hitless tonight. Bounced into a key double play in the 3rd inning. That was off Nick Anderson, who had just entered the game. All 3 of his batted balls tonight have been on the ground. One and one.
Yankees are trying to beat the Rays back-to-back games. They haven't done that since 2019. 15 games have passed since they won back-to-back games against the Rays.
Rays beat them 8-10 this year. They won 5 out of 6 at Yankee Stadium this year, did Tampa Bay. The best record in the AL. Castillo deals, and LeMahieu late fouls it away. Looking inside the numbers presented by DraftKings. The stable of guys who throw 98 miles an hour. That was the quote from Kevin Cash, and Castillo's one of them. Average fastball velocity at 96 this year. You've seen Fairbanks and Anderson as well. Curtis is certainly available tonight. He got back on the horse and pitched well in his 2nd game after a struggle in game 1. But it looks like Snell is in the tank right now. Here's the 1-2. LeMahieu hangs in there. LeMahieu has a 12-game hit streak going in the postseason. Derek Jeter still has the Yankee record, 17 in a row across 2 postseasons, 98 and 99. One of the best relievers in the game against the batting champion in the majors. 1-2. Did he go? They'll ask. He did not. Checks his swing. 2-2 now.
He held it up. The Tampa Bay bench was jumping up and down trying to get a call, but good call there by the ump. Mike Estabrook at first.
2-2 the count. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Diego Castillo. LeMahieu's hit streak in jeopardy now. 0 for 4.
9 strikeouts by Yankee hitters tonight. That sinking fastball from Castillo. What a combination. Sinking fastball at 98 with that razor blade slider.
2 men are out. Here's Aaron Judge. Judge's home run led off the 4th. Opposite field. Austin Meadows homered to tie it with 2 outs in the 5th. This was Judge against Nick Anderson.
Just carved it into the front row there, 3rd row for Judge. No hits in his career against Castillo.
That home run by Judge, the first hit this year against Nick Anderson by a Yankee hitter. 0 for 5, a couple of walks against Castillo for Aaron Judge. Both teams on the rail. As tight, as intense as it gets here. Here's a 2-0. And he missed. 3 balls, no strikes. Aaron Hicks on deck.
Well, one of the themes to this season has been the hitters' aggressive style on 3-0 counts.
Yankees have had a couple of 3-0 green lights that have resulted in outs on that 3-0 pitch. Let's see if Judge is swinging away here. 3 balls, no strikes. Takes ball 4, and the go-ahead run will reach. 2-out base runner in the 8th. Castillo walks Judge. And that'll bring up Aaron Hicks now. Hicks is another guy that will ambush on occasion, get on that first pitch. See the 1-run games this year. Tampa Bay was 14-5. They are comfortable in these kinds of games. They played a lot of them this season in a 60-game schedule, 19 1-run games. Here's Hicks. Has 1 hit against Castillo, 1 for 7. They put the shift on for Hicks. 3 infielders on the right side. And on the ground, Brasso right there. Nice easy hop for him. And that is the inning. Diego Castillo holds serve for the Rays. Puts up a 0 in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Tampa Bay at the plate. Game 1 Sunday, game 2 on Monday, and then Fox will handle the National League this year from Arlington, Texas. Braves and Dodgers. Astros are in their 4th straight ALCS. Will it be the Yankees or the Rays? Gary Sanchez in the game to catch. Higashioka was pinch hit for. That is no small thing. Sanchez catching Aroldis Chapman. And it's going to be Randy Arozarena to start it. Loves that first pitch. Almost hit the first pitch out in the 6th inning. Was robbed of a home run by Gardner. 1-1 game. And a fastball miss from Chapman.
Talked about it this whole series. As quick a bat as you're going to see on a fastball from Arozarena.
Arozarena on the ground. Torres out number 1 for Chapman. Chapman enters this game in the 7th inning, gets a strikeout of Lau. 2 batters faced. He's got 2 outs. Only time Chapman went more than 1 inning in back-to-back days, back to that famous 2016 World Series run with the Cubs when he went an inning in the 3rd in game 6 and then an inning in the 3rd in game 7.
Well, this is an interesting confrontation here.
Chapman threw over the head of Mike Brasso September 1st. Bench is cleared. Only added to the salt with these 2 teams. And Chapman deals a strike. This was one of the moments this year. These teams don't like each other at all, and there's a lot of back and forth throughout the year, throughout the decade even. And Chapman ended up striking out Brasso, and there was a lot of words exchanged. Brasso homered twice the next day for the Rays. He's down 0-2. Brasso put up some good numbers against the Yankees this year. He had 3 homers. That's 7 RBIs and 17 at-bats against the Yankees in 2020.
Chapman struck out Brasso last night on a high fastball.
And looked like he reached back for a little extra as well. He went over 100 miles an hour in that sequence last night. 0-2 the count. Ooh, just missed.
Chapman has started to use a split finger to go along with his slider. Haven't seen enough of them to know, and that was one. Just tumbler out of the fingers of Chapman.
Adding to the arsenal. Chapman's got him in a hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2 now. It's going to be a final at-bat win for someone tonight here in Game 5. Rays batting here at the bottom of the 8th. Castillo works a scoreless top of the 8th. Brasso entered the game for Ji-Man Choi. Got an infield hit in the 6th. Second at bat. 2-2 pitch. Hangs in there.
Again, the split finger from Chapman. The only problem here, Brian, is that with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, his slider, what do closers always tell you? Don't want to get beat by your 3rd pitch.
Yandy Diaz on deck. That splitter, a new wrinkle, and it is nasty as it gets. He's had hitters baffled by that this year. Only started throwing it recently. Pitched in only 13 games this year. He finished 8 of those. 3 of them were saves. 2-2 pitch.
Brasso had a better swing at that fastball.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Chapman deals. Wow. 3-2 the count. 101 and close.
Chapman didn't like it, but it was off the plate in. Good take from Brasso, or the ball just beat him. Well in.
His best fastball yet. Good call. Home plate umpire Marvin Hudson. This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat. 3rd batter face for Aroldis Chapman. Here's a payoff. Brasso hooks one foul. But you got to start it early to get to 100. That's the result on an off-speed pitch. Lively Rays dugout. Another 3-2. Boy, he is hanging tough. What an at-bat going here.
The swings against the fastball get better and better for Brasso as this at-bat goes on.
That short, compact stroke. Brasso, never a prospect, but he just keeps delivering. He's earned his way first on a big league roster and now on a postseason roster. Hit .302 this year. He destroyed left-handed pitchers. Chapman, no regular lefty. 3-2. Brasso sends one into left field. Gardner going back, and it is up and gone. Mike Brasso has homered, and the Rays have a 2-1 lead. What a moment for Brasso. Tampa Bay on top on the 10th pitch of the at-bat.
First career postseason home run for Mike Brasso. You could feel that coming as the at-bat got longer.
World-class at-bat right there. 10 pitches, ends in a home run, and now the Rays in the driver's seat. In the power zone.
But he just got his stroke shorter and shorter and tighter to handle that 99.
99 coming in, 105 going out. And you start to unpack all that has gone on, as we showed you, between Brasso and Aroldis Chapman.
The Rays and the Yankees.
An electrifying moment. Tampa Bay on top, still just one out in this 8th inning. Yandy Diaz got the count in his favor. Diaz into center field, and Hicks is there for out number 2.
Considering what went on this summer, can't be a better moment for a team and a hitter.
Mike Brasso, from an unheralded minor league player to one of the biggest home runs in Rays history, and certainly the biggest moment of his baseball career. First career postseason home runs in the ultimate revenge at bat. Brasso gives him the lead. 2 outs now. Here's Joey Wendell. Now the Rays 3 defensive outs away from a trip to the ALCS. Snell, the left-hander. Charlie Morton is the right-hander. The 2 starters. The Game 1 starter in Snell, and the Game 3 starter in Charlie Morton. Wendell's down 0-2.
In a game with only 6 hits, only Tampa Bay could have a guy come off the bench and have 2 hits, one including the go-ahead homer.
This game, man, it delivers year in, year out. You just never know who's going to come up with that magical moment. That's a called strike 3. The inning is over, but damage done. Now the Rays with the lead, 2-1. Last call for the Yankees, and it is Mike Brasso who sends one out of here and sends the Rays ahead 2-1. To the 9th we go. Mike Brasso hits a go-ahead home run for the Rays in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Indiana native was undrafted, has found his way to a postseason moment, but this one not over. Giancarlo Stanton digs in. Diego Castillo on the mound. He'll start his 2nd inning. New left fielder for the Rays, Manuel Margot. Essentially now, Ronnie, the Rays have their 3 center fielders in the outfield. You've got Morton, the right-hander in the bullpen. Snell is the left-hander. And you got Stanton, Voit, and Urshela, the 3 scheduled Yankee hitters. And it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Game number 2, Castillo pitched a 1-2-3 inning, then came out for the 2nd inning. He was not sharp.
The Rays are 3 defensive outs away from a trip to the ALCS. Will be their first since '08. And a strike. Needed that one. He got a call there. Castillo in a 2-1 count. Perez entered the game for Zunino. Got low. Snatched it. Stuck the landing. Made it look good. Here's a 2-1. And he buckled him in there for a strike. 2-2 now.
Breaking ball started right at Stanton and then bent over the inside corner.
See what he has in mind here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stanton's hit 6 home runs in this postseason. And he takes a called strike 3. Perez puts the tag on to secure it. Stanton about face. A strikeout to start the 9th for Diego Castillo.
Well, there's not many pitchers that is an Achilles heel for Stanton, but he doesn't like that breaking ball. Kind of starts at him and bends over the inside or middle of the plate. Executed perfectly by Castillo.
One away. Rays are 2 outs away. Here's Luke Voit, Major League Baseball's home run champ this year. Hit his first career postseason home run last night. And he jumped on the first pitch to do it. He had a first pitch breaking ball last night and sent it out of here 450 plus feet. Castillo misses down and in. No secrets with Castillo either. Big fastball in the upper 90s and a slider. Here's a 1-0. Got the call again. I tell you, Perez is framing him beautifully.
Snatching him.
Right on the edge. There's a swing pitch. The 2-0 pitch to Stanton. He gets one here to push the count 1-1 now. Voit, oh, big swing and a miss. Was he ever trying to hit one to the gas lamp?
That was one of those backup sliders that never broke how Voit thought it was going to break. Stayed inside. That's why he missed it.
No hits in his career against Castillo. 0 for 7. Does have a walk. Let's see what Castillo does here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 9th inning. Mike Brasso's home run has given the Rays the lead. And a wave and a miss. Castillo with a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. He gets Stanton and Voit. And Tampa Bay is an out away from the ALCS.
After a slider that stayed inside, this one perfect on the outside corner. He's done that in his outing here tonight. If he misses with one, the next one is perfect.
They could feel it. Castillo in his 2nd inning of work. He's gotten 5 outs thus far. 1 walk. He struck out 4. Gio Urshela. Last hope for the Yankees to try to extend it in this 9th inning. And he hits a bullet. Oh, and it's caught at 3rd by Wendell. And that's it. It is over. The Tampa Bay Rays in 5 games take down the Yankees. And the Rays are headed to the American League Championship Series. Diego Castillo picks up the victory, closes the door, pitches the final 2 innings, and it was a succession of multi-inning outings for all of the Rays pitchers tonight. And the Rays are moving on to face the Astros in the ALCS.
A brave effort by Glass now on 2 days rest. Got 7 outs with a couple of strikeouts and then the bullpen. Anderson did give up the home run to Judge, but then Fairbanks and Castillo closed the door. And after he was thrown at with a 100-mile-an-hour pitch at his head, the next day Mike Brasso hit 2 home runs. Show what kind of character that he has. And then tonight, in the biggest at-bat for the Rays, he homers against the guy that buzzed him.
When legends are made, and Mike Brasso has his place in Tampa Bay Ray lore now. An incredible story. Every team passed on him in the Major League draft out of college, went to Oakland University in Michigan, and he steps up in one of the biggest moments and delivers the home run. The line shot by Urshela. That's extra bases if it gets by Wendell. Look at the ball almost popping out of his glove. Wow, almost busted right through the webbing. And the last out of this fantastic division series that ends in 5. And the Rays ecstatic. Team with the best record in the American League. And they eliminate the New York Yankees in 5 games here in San Diego. What a ball game, Ron.
It was one of the best games I've ever seen. The pitching was so excellent the entire night that we thought that at some point one single swinging at the bat was going to be the difference, and it was.
Just jubilation with these Tampa Bay Rays. They've done it all year. They've been a dominant team. Only the Dodgers had a better record in Major League Baseball. They are gathering around the first base dugout, and I think Lauren Shahadi has tonight's star. What a moment. Send it down to you, Lauren.
I do. Mike Brasso, what a moment. Congratulations. You're standing on deck, staring down Chapman in the 8th. What are you thinking?
Yeah, obviously just try to get a run around, get the next guy up, but the thing is we knew that hits were coming not very often today. It's a pitcher's duel. Hats off to Cole. He did what he does day in, day out. Third bullpen's outstanding. So yeah, obviously going up there trying to find a barrel, hopefully lift one, and thankfully it happened.
Did you know it off the bat?
I knew it felt good. I haven't had much playing time here, so it's kind of hard to read the dimensions, especially from daytime to nighttime, but it felt good off the bat.
I'm sure it felt good. After 101 to the head from Chapman, a little revenge?
No revenge. We put that in the past. We came here to win a series. We came here to move on, do what we do best, and that's play our game.
From undrafted to postseason hero. How does that sound?
Sounds amazing.
And how about a meeting with the Astros up next?
Yeah, looking forward to it. They've been the team to beat the last few years. They knocked us out last year, so it'll be fun to face them again for sure.
You're a class act. Enjoy it, Mike.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Brian.
It's something, Ron. I mean, here's the guy. He's from Merrillville, Indiana. He's from the Midwest, played his college ball in the Midwest, unheralded amateur player, didn't get drafted. Good player, but not one of those big prospects. Fights his way into the pro game with the Rays, keeps progressing, keeps developing, and he steps up in the biggest moment and delivers. I love this game, man.
Hey, listen, you can't downplay it. The Rays have some great stars, some unbelievable talent, but they're also fantastic at finding those pieces. People that have not been heralded, not drafted in the first 2-3 rounds. Guys that have just fought their whole career to try to get a piece of the action. And Mike Brasso got the biggest piece tonight.
He thought his Major League debut last year was the best moment of his life.
No more.
He's got a better one now.
No longer.
And I don't believe for a minute that wasn't a revenge at bat. What a moment. The Tampa Bay Rays, they win it in 5 in a tough, hard-fought 5-game series. And Kevin Cash and his staff. Glasnow, the starter, was excellent. And the Rays are moving on to face the Houston Astros, the team that eliminated them from the postseason last year in the division series. Tip our hat to the New York Yankees.
Yes.
They swept the Cleveland Indians to get here. They've got some big decisions to make, some free agents, guys like Brett Gardner, DJ LeMahieu, but this is a Tampa Bay Rays moment here in San Diego. Let's send it back down to Lauren Shahadi.
Tyler, congratulations. I just asked Mike if that was the ultimate revenge. He said no. What were the conversations in the dugout leading up to that at bat?
I mean, honestly, just everyone was in tune to the game, watching the at bat. I think he did an amazing job battling off those pitches. I don't know. Everyone, that whole entire game, that was just neck and neck. That was an unbelievable game. To see him go out and do that was, honestly, it's too hard to put into words, especially this close after it happened. Like, that was absolutely, yeah, that was unbelievable.
Does Kevin Cash have like a rabbit and a hat, all those bullpen moves he pulls out of it?
Yeah, I don't know. He's done a great job with that all year. It's just everything kind of worked out today. The guys came out. We have such a good team in like big moments like this. Guys really don't get too worked up. But everyone came out and just shoved, and that was what we needed today.
Enjoy it, Tyler.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Brian.
Get him in the picture.
Just shoved.
You got to get him in the picture.
He's got to get in the picture.
He can go on the back row. He's 6'8".
They'll stay right here. The Tampa Bay Rays will now be the home team for Game 1 of the ALCS, with the Houston Astros coming in. This ALCS right here at Petco Park in San Diego. One of their former executives, James Click, he's now the general manager of the Houston Astros. And the Astros come in with big chips on their shoulders, believe it. And the Tampa Bay Rays and the Houston Astros is going to make up one heck of an American League Championship Series. Best of 7. Looking forward to it. Mike Brasso has his moment in the history of the Major League Baseball annals of most important home runs in the history of the game. He's got himself one, certainly in Tampa Bay Rays lore. He's not getting any sleep tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back to wrap it up from San Diego. Mike Brasso on the 10th pitch of the at-bat delivers the game-winning home run off one of the dominant closers in the major leagues. Aroldis Chapman on the losing end tonight. The Tampa Bay Rays advancing